What's crappening? Yeah, this moral relativism, part two. Uh, Basically, yeah, back under that. Woe unto them who call good evil and evil good. This is moral relativism. See, there really is no moral relativism, but there shouldn't be, but there is. It's a philosophy. Philosophies might be based on truths, not just ideologies, but that doesn't mean that they explain everything. They just explain certain things in certain ways through certain, either direct understanding or indirectly explaining things by other things, like in the parable manner, like Jesus used. Uh, but yeah, this moral relativism's got everything really fucked up. It's like, see, moral relativism is the rise of the police state because assumed there's terrorists that want to kill us. We have to have a heightened, a hyped up, balled up fist, hurry up and wait, kind of policeman going on over an assumed threat. You know what I'm saying? And morally relative to that situation, it's moral because the threat. But the fact that you're acting this way against us who have no connections to in any way to any kind of terrorist groups, we're getting all we're the people you're turning this on, and there is no there's no terrorists to go find. So it's morally relative what you're doing, but it seems moral, but it's not. It's see, that's really what moral relativism is. It's coming under the guise of moralism, but it's not. In fact, it's an immoral usage to attain some kind of moral. Like, yeah, it's kind of like what Thomas Paine said, that like trying to administer medicine unto the dead. I mean, in some senses, that's what we actually have to do. What he said, he kind of explained it there. We have to somehow make some medicine that will reawaken people's understanding of right and wrong, and they can have an awakening, and that would be like administering medicine to the dead. The way you do that is by, it's not by giving people answers, it's by pointing out what questions that they need to ask, and we can't tell them who they need to ask or where they need to ask, you know what I'm saying? But they got to choose it for themselves, you know. But this moral relativism, it's like, is there any such thing as morality? Is morality just an illusion, or is something that we consider morality, but in all actuality, it's not. It's anti-morality. But since it's what's practiced widespread, it's what's considered morality. So then, therefore, anyone who considers any sort of morality would seem to be the immoral one. See, now, this is the philosophy. This is the conundrum. This is the paradox, and it stems from, is there sin? So is lying wrong? Is stealing wrong? Is murdering wrong? Is wanting what other people have wrong? You know what I'm saying? Is not loving your parents, is that wrong? You know what I'm saying? It is not cutting out hearts on top of pyramids to idols. Is that is that a bad thing? Moral relativism starts, and you'll get this critical thinking testing, where they say, if there was an island and if there was a boat, there was only so much room on the boat, and you had all these people with all these talents and abilities, which ones would you pick to get on the boat? There is your beginning of moral relativism. In a utopian society, oh, we would all be beamed up, Scotty, to the to hyperspace or whatnot, and then in safe in the spaceship. But no, this is real life, where when you die in our ship, we're gonna eat your corpse and toss it into this. We're gonna use your bones to lure in animals we can spear. You know what I'm saying? Basically, moral relativism, to just murder people and eat their flesh, consume their flesh, because you're just a cutthroat, scurvy, conniving, evil, satanic, uh, son of a beehive, general butt naked type. But if there's a bunch of people starving, like in that movie where they crash in the plains in the Himalayas to eat that guy, I think that would be considered. You don't got to use more relativism. Is it? Was it the right thing to do? I mean, listen. Think everyone agrees in that situation. It was not the wrong choice. If they're living to tell the tale, it sucks. It's a shitty thing. It's a last resort. There's many things in this world you can do as a last resort. That's kind of where the moral relativism is kind of positive, but yet once you start to think in these terms, you gravitate to, you compromise more and more and more until where you're totally lost to what is right or what is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, oh, it's okay to tell the truth when you're talking to your wife, but you gotta lie, when you're talking to someone else, the chicks that you're getting on the side on the street. It's okay to lie to them because they ain't, that's moral relativism. All the same thing. It's like it's almost like a double standard. Also, is moral relativism. The Talmudic law, like look into what the Talmud is, and like the goyim, the cattle, the common people, and how looked down upon they are, and that's moral relativism as well. That's like the caste system, moral relativism, and uh, their whole oh, if you're down and out and poor, you must deserve it. So well, that's, you get what you get. That's it. And but yet we have, our cup runneth over and over and over and over and over again, and and you don't lend out no help to the, those needy ones. That's not moral. But if there is no sin, if there is no morality, morality is just a figment of man's imagination, then yeah, it's okay to let all them people fucking starve and die if it was within your power and might to help them and you did not. You know what I'm saying? That's why these things take place, because of moral relativism. And because people have abandoned the fact that there is a right and wrong, and that it's better to give than it is to receive, I guess. It's better to share than it is to take it all for yourself. It's better to help others than it is to help yourself. And man, our whole society, it's been engineered to, we've been more relative to ourselves. It's like, all right, it's okay for me to steal, but if I catch you stealing, motherfucker, I'm cutting off both your hands. It's okay for me to lie, but if I catch you lying, I'm cutting out your tongue. This is moral relativism. You know what I'm saying? It's hypocritical. It can be, but then but then there's other times, where it's maybe sometimes it's acceptable. Like for instance, getting just hammered wasted, okay? Just look, you had a bad day, you get hammered wasted. You know what I'm saying? You go beat up some trees and you wake up, and you got sore ass knuckles. Or there's a guy uh who's on his deathbed and he's dying, man. He's in pain, he's suffering, going, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's moral relative to just give that dude, turn up the bottle for that dude. You know what I'm saying? That's going, ah. And the other guy, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have to go and do that, but you know what I'm saying? You know, it's forgivable, but it's just stuff, you gotta see, if you could say that's forgivable, therefore you already admit and accept that there is such thing as moral right and wrong. There is a line. There's far, you can, here's the thing about the line. You can gravitate and gravitate farther and farther from the line, but when you stick close to the line, that thin ass line there's a lot of room to bend and twist and deceive with it and trick with it through moral relativism. So that's why I said, it's like, look, the more you compromise, that line gets wider and wider and wider until it's no longer a line. It's just a big, huge, never-ending square. Anywhere you step, you done compromise. So this is about understanding the line, man, the morality, the code, right and wrong. And you know, basically, I'll just point you back to Ten Commandments, man. I mean, there's nothing in those that is wrong. So if you can, I mean, it's just something to live by. You know, do we fuck up? Of course. You know, that's why also you got to live by the forgiveness. You know, acceptance of you know shortcomings, and then trying to have a change of heart, and and keep seeking out the way to I don't know, I guess have mastery over them, and but that's that's me personally, because I understand this, this the moral line. You know, I just know, I mean, here's moral relative as well. That's like when this is moral relative. You know, say I was the executioner, judge, jury, executioner, and you brought me this boy who was starving, and he just stole a candy bar from the local store, and then you hand me the machete and you say, "Now take off his hand. We suffer not a thief to live in our neighborhood." Would I chop his arm? No, moral relativity says at that time it's like it's understandable. Instead of me chopping off the arm, I'm supposed to pull out $1, pay for the candy bar, but let that kid go. You know, but I mean, you're gonna have to teach a man to fish somehow, man. I mean, that's how our society should work. We've been taught to pay for every fish and every cup of tea, when we should be able to make our own tea, fish our own things, basically hunt our own woods, uh, do things on our own lands. But we've been replaced with this fucking material consumerism, where this relative relative the what was it moral relativity has been just unleashed to flourish, and 2 plus 2 5 echo through with the land now.